Hi everyone, I'm back out at Hayes Castle. Over the past few weeks I have noticed I've spotted more of the bigger fish moving in the waters, and that's mainly in the two arms. So I've set up with a stick fly 2 rod, which is mid-tip action. Now the action of this rod is very important in the sense that I'm fishing with the Airflow Superflow line. Now that has no stretch, so the tip action rod is going to compensate for the line. Normally I would have preferred to have had this on the tip action rod, but the tip action rod and this line could be a bit too aggressive if I'm going to get a hard hit. So it's just taking a bit of that out of the hit with that softer tip. The tippet, I have 4 foot of 8 pound mono. I normally fish with 5-6 pound lines, but I want to upgrade that considering what I'm targeting, and the hits are going to be a lot more aggressive. I've got my 5 foot fast sink tapered braid on, which is then going to, from the floating line, the braid is obviously going to help me keep that fly down that little bit, because I'm going to work at a bit more pace, and I want the fly then to be presented to the fish 3-4 foot deep. Now the fly is one which Gareth Wilson had personally given me a good while back while we were fishing Garnfruit. Now that is a particularly proven fly with the likes of Gareth and anybody that has it. I think it's called the Black Mamba. So I know that can attract the bigger fish. So that's the setup. Now the conditions is, it's a bit hit and miss. There is a bit of cloud cover occasionally, but it's broken cloud, so the sun's out 1 minute and then it's gone. So obviously with a bit more cloud cover would suit me a lot better. The wind, as you can see, is blowing onto that far bank. Now when I'm fishing the far arm, I would prefer the far bank to present my fly. The only problem with that today is that the wind, when you're looking at that from the camera, it doesn't look that bad, but believe me, it's quite blustery. So I'm having to cast that into that wind. The line can cope quite well, but with this heavy fly on, that might be another issue. The other reason why my tippet is 4 foot, I may shorten it. When you're fishing bigger, heavier patterns, the shorter the tippet, the better the cast will get. If you're going to end up with a long, say 8-10 foot plus tippet and a heavier fly, you'll start to struggle a bit more. So keeping the tippet a bit shorter keeps a better control on the cast. So that's what I'm up against, to try and turn a fish. Hopefully I get lucky, and I shouldn't say lucky, perhaps I should be more positive. Okay, so we're making a start. That fly is heavy. Yeah. Straight away I can feel the weight of that fly. See, I'll give that a bit extra because that's going to need to go right across there. It would be nice to have a bit more ripple up here because of the pattern being a bit heavy and not finding presentation. The line's heavy enough as it is. But you can see the presentation isn't the gentlest. Over the last few days, the fishing in here has been very difficult, and from what I can see, it looks no different. So if this fly moves a few fish, it will have proved itself. Now the fish in here are stocked at £2, but they do grow on very quickly, and it is these fish I am targeting. These resident fish can grow into double figures, and they are not easily caught. So you will notice I will use a bit of stealth by casting at angles, more distance between me and the fly, as opposed to casting directly across the water. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a ripple up there now. That's obviously going to help with this sun. Go down a bit deeper. Well, I've got a fish. Oh, and he's off, but not the one I was looking for. That was an aggressive hit, that was. I don't know what I've got, but it was a hard hit. I don't think it's the big fish. We'll soon find out. But it hammered it. Oh, he's fighting hard enough, mind. He's heading over that weed. Come on, away from that weed. Uh-oh. Don't go in there, please. Oh no. Is he gone in that weed? Go up here a bit. Whoa, he's buried in that. Oh, there he goes. That's not looking a bad fish. That's quite a tidy fish, like. It's not the big ones. You tangle up in my tippet. Well, I tell you what, that was a hell of a thump for that fish. Well, at least we got something. Well, I gotta say, the way that thumped that was so damn hard. Because that was unbelievable. I haven't had a hit like that since doing the suing on the rivers. Suing sea trout. Well, that's quite a nice fish. Let's see, get that hook out of him. Oh, just fell out. Now that is why he fought so hard, with the tail like that. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm going to put my line across. Oh, fish. I really thought that was the weed. And that came in a lot easier. As you can see, a lot smaller, still a nice fish, all barbless, perfect. Off he goes. So if you can keep out of the way a little bit, and this is why here now, I'd want to lessen my chances of a fish going for the fly by allowing him to see me too easy. So what I'll do is stay here, I'll cast across that lot there, not there, that's a bit too far. Right, let my line sit down on the grass here, it ain't gonna hurt. good cast that, right on the edge of that weed. Let it drop down there a little. Ooh, something hit it then. Something moving in that weed area now. Something hit it again. What we'll do, we'll let this water rest for a while. We'll go fish the other arm. Okay, now the area that we're going to fish next is this leg coming up here. So I've been looking at it, thinking about the approach. As I said, normally beyond that far bank there, casting up into here, which wouldn't be a problem. As I say, the wind has changed a bit now. But what I'm going to do, I ain't going to just walk up here, because I know a lot of the fish hold on this half of the leg, so it'll only spook them. So we're going to go round the long way and come out at the top end and work our way down through from the island. So we'll have a walk round, catch you at the top. Okay, so we're near enough there. Now, there's patches of weed all along here. The main weed ends here. So I don't know if I can get a couple of casts in between the weed there. You want to hook up like that with that weed. I got the wind quite strong on my back right hand shoulder. Let's see, just drag that. That was a bit aggressive. I got this wind hitting the line, it's very awkward. Not actually enjoying that, it's a bit tricky. That heavy pattern coming from behind with that wind isn't very nice. There you are, a fish. Get him on the reel. That's him. Oh, and he's off. Okay, not a problem. Again here, what I'm not liking, the sun is directly behind me and my shadow right on top of the water. Not enjoying that part. That's gonna spook anything down there, and obviously if my shadow's there, it must be stood out like a sore thumb to them fish on the horizon. So what I think I'll be doing is putting a bigger cast as I get out of this area, put a bigger cast in, so obviously I'm not going to spook them too much. Just hooked up with another fish then, again a bit of wobbling, and again he was off. These fish are certainly liking this fly. Okay, I've gone through the whole arm and just had a knock then, and I didn't hit anything down the bottom there. Kept to the same sort of retrieve. Now I've come back up to the top here and I just lost another fish again. But what I've been doing this time is fishing it a bit deeper and just slowing it down, letting it sink a little bit first. Obviously not too much that side, as we know there's shallower over that side and with a bit of weed. So I'm just trying a slow figure of 8 as I come out of that weed and then let it drop a bit. And then just a steady figure of 8 coming in. As I say, I've had one on already. Well, I have only had a couple of hours with this fly and I am really impressed. So I can't wait to get back on the water and learn to fish it better. Must be holding a couple of fish there. Another one. What I've done now, I've come back into this the first leg where we started. So I give it a couple of chucks in here. Oh, he's off. Not too bad. I've had a couple of knocks, and that was the first one on.